It is 6 p.m. on a Friday, and it's approximately 2.5 bajillion degrees, both indoors and outdoors. And I just came back from the gym and shopping, and I'm about to cook some food for us to eat. And I thought it would be a great idea to film a vlog to start the weekend that way, so that I can, keep myself accountable a little bit. My apartment is beyond messy. I haven't been around for a while, and then when I came back in the beginning of this week, I wasn't able to clean as much as I wanted to because, well, there were other things I needed to take care of. So what we're gonna do during this weekend is we're gonna clean around and we're gonna read. I think basically what I do in every single vlog, but this time there is a slight possibility that we actually go to the beach, because I haven't been to the beach yet this summer. I went to a family vacation, but we didn't go to the beach. I live over here and I still haven't been there, but I'm hoping I'll be able to do so again this weekend. There's a lot of things to talk about as well. It was a very eventful 2-week period, not always with good stuff. Actually, there were some bad things that happened, and then we fixed them. But there was a time during this 2-week period where I was really stressed and really worried. I am so happy that's over, but I'll tell you about it a little bit later. Now we need to talk about what I'm reading. So I'm, as always, in the middle of 3 books somehow. The first of which is, I am very happy to announce, The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I am having the best time reading this. I have read The Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers before and never read The Return of the King, and I've always liked the other two. I think I read them both 2 or 3 times already, but never this. And now I'm finally reading this one, and oh my god, I have to say, Tolkien has managed to create this atmosphere of dread and anticipation about the bad things that need to happen and the battles that need to be fought. And I really like seeing these characters going through the motions of this, creating the anticipation and the dread, but also seeing them reasoning out in their heads all this mess that they are into and all the things that they need to deal with and all the trouble that they need to face. And it's really inspiring and cathartic to read through this. There is one particular conversation between Aragorn and Éowyn that honestly, there is a little part of it that is in the movies, but the bigger conversation, the bigger philosophy behind it and the thoughts that these two characters express are just exquisite and show you how there are 2 sides to every story and how both sides can be right and still disagree with each other, and how what we want to do to fulfill our lives and make them matter and what needs to be done sometimes don't match. I just really love this scene, and I really liked how Éowyn's character is portrayed in the book. Even though I liked her in the movies as well, I think here the author really did her justice, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with her later on. I think Tolkien has really put a lot of effort into the philosophy of this book, not just the action, not just the story, but the morality behind it. I'm really enjoying it. The next book that I'm reading is one that I'm very surprised by, and that is The Ninth Reign by Jan Williams. This is a book that I got on my TBR, and I have heard some people talk about it, but didn't remember much about the plot, and I only have heard that it's very unusual and very nice. And I gotta be honest, it is both of those things. I am having the best time reading this book. I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. There's so much mystery, so much action, so much amazing world building. It's just nothing like what I expected, and I love it. I started it like 2 days ago, and I've been working very hard this week, but I still managed to read like 220 pages from it, so I am enjoying it so much, and I just want to read this right now. Even though I'm enjoying the other books that I'm reading right now, this one is holding my attention the most. Maybe because I feel like it, maybe because I haven't read a fantasy of this sort in a very long time, if ever. First of all, there is this lady, Vincenza, and she's my favorite. Her personality is gold. So I very much like her. And then I like the other 2 characters that we follow more closely as well. I think all 3 of them have very distinct personalities. And even there is one character that is not necessarily a villain, but her morality is slightly gray, and she's willing to do unthinkable things to achieve her goals, which ultimately she believes are for the better. Even her, I very much like. I'm not frustrated with her. I can completely understand where she's coming from. and that makes for a very, very interesting story. I'm still waiting to see the big bad because I think I know who that is. And yeah, I'm enjoying this very, very much. And the third one that I'm reading is on my iPad actually, and that is Secret Project number 3, or namely Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. This is again the third secret project from the year of Sanderson, and I gotta be honest, so far I think I like it better than the other two. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Tress of the Emerald Sea so very, very much, and I did enjoy The Frugal Wizard, even though it wasn't my favorite. But again, I love Tress. I like The Frugal Wizard. This one, the third one, I think is so far the best, at least so far. I really like the world building. It's again very original. I also like the characters and the situation that they both are into. There's a lot of mystery and I'm very, very much enjoying it. I can see a lot of connections with the Cosmere. I think I know where the planet is located. I'm having the best time with it. So these are the 3 books that I'm reading. I'm gonna go now take a shower because I am disgusting. I'm gonna cook something for us to eat, and then I think I'm gonna try to read a little bit, and I think I'm gonna leave the cleaning for tomorrow because right now, honestly, it's been such a long work week. I just don't feel like it. Okay, so it's about an hour later now, and shower has been taken, as you can see, and food has been consumed, and I'm here on my balcony about to water my plants because it's been super, super hot these days and they dry up really quickly. Probably you can see all of my tomatoes have grown significantly. Some of them even have little blooms here that are gonna turn into little tomatoes eventually, and I'm very, very happy about it. But I don't know if you can spot it here. It's a little bit limp because it's already been in the sun for multiple hours, and that's not very good for them. Tomatoes dry out really quickly, so you need to water them pretty much every single day, which is what I'm doing now. I'm very happy with how my balcony garden is turning out. It's really doing very, very well, and that is great, but I still have some little flies that are eating some of the plant leaves, and it's driving me nuts because I don't know what they are, and I don't want to spray poisons before knowing what they are exactly. Stupid problems, I know. Also, look at my basil. It's so much bigger now than it was before, and I am so happy with it. Might have to start using it in foods eventually. I've only used it in a salad once, and it's really, really delicious. Okay, so it's about 8 p.m. now, and I just read a little bit of The Ninth Rain, and I don't want to oversell this, but it's so good. There's so much happening here, and all of it is great, so well connected. The characters are phenomenal. It's very, I don't know. You should pick it up if you haven't, and you have it, or you have been considering doing it. And even if you haven't, if you like fantasy, this is great. I'm also drinking a bit of iced coffee because I am super sleepy and I want to spend a little bit of time tonight just relaxing and reading, not wasting time with trivial things like sleep. But I am very tired. This has been such a long week, and this very long week actually followed a very difficult week for me. One of the things that happened last week was that my mom had her birthday, and that was great. We went on a family trip with her and my younger brother, and it was really, really nice. It's just a very sweet moment. My mom hadn't been on a vacation for about 30 years at this point, and with my dad passing away earlier this year, she has been through very, very hard times, and we thought it would be a good idea to take her on a little vacation. It was just like a weekend, but she enjoyed it and we did too, and we spent some quality time together as a family, so that was nice. And to contrast that, something else happened, and that is that I lost one of my cats. Don't worry, we found her, but before we did, I spent 2 terrible days. So basically it was storming during the evening, and we leave the balcony door open at all times because it's very hot, and you know, just the airflow is necessary to survive. And usually her and the other one, they just walk around the balcony and there's no issue ever, but I don't know what happened that evening. I suppose she fell from the balcony ledge or jumped. I'm not sure which one. Now, mind you, she's neutered and very peaceful. I have never seen her do something crazy like that, but apparently something happened and I think she fell from the balcony. She's a Bengal cat, very athletic, very healthy, and there's pretty much no doubt that she survived the fall because we don't live that high. We're on the second floor. The problem is that she's not a street cat. She has never lived on the street. We took her from a family when she was a baby, and she's been living with us in this apartment ever since, and she's used to being indoorsy. And so I was very afraid about how she's gonna deal in the wild, if you will. And mind you, this is a very calm street. There's nothing crazy happening here, but I got very stressed. I got very, very scared. I couldn't sleep. During those 2 days, I was going out of my mind. We went out looking for her, and we found her eventually under a car here. But it was a struggle. It was a real struggle. And you know, some people are gonna say, it's just an animal. And yeah, she's an animal, but I do carry responsibility for her, and I am very attached to her. And the thought of her just struggling anywhere, being afraid, being hungry, being in danger even, just drove me nuts. I know I sound super dramatic and nothing crazy happened, but when you're in the moment, you don't know how you're gonna react. I mean, at least for me, that's the case. I know there are people that are way more calm in situations like that, and I usually am too, but in this case, I really lost it. That's in the past now. But what I wanted to say is that there are so many nice people out there. We posted in a few Facebook groups for lost animals because this is generally what people do here. We also put some posters on the street with her picture and, you know, with our contact if somebody saw her so that they can let us know. And I gotta tell you, so many people reached out on Facebook like with good advice. We actually followed these people's advice in order to find her. I am so grateful. So many people said so many nice things. They shared their stories. It was a lovely moment. And also, so many kids here from the neighborhood called asking how they can help, and they organized like groups to look for her, which is not the best thing, honestly, because it scares cats more than anything else. But just the thought and, you know, just the gesture and the desire to help, and they were so concerned and, you know, just so kind. And I gotta tell you, my heart was so warmed up by just how lovely everybody was. It was a tough moment, followed by a nice moment, followed by a very heavy week at work. Some difficult decisions needed to be made, and it left me emotionally exhausted. That's on top of all the other work. Obviously, I don't want to complain too much. I have a lovely job. I work in a lovely company with an amazing team, but it was a tough week, and I am so happy it's finally Friday evening. By the way, what do you cook during the week? Like, do you have go-to meals or like a certain rotation? Because I am really struggling myself to figure out what to constantly cook so that we don't get bored with the food that we eat, and that we eat healthy to an extent at least, and we're satisfied with the food that we have. But I'm just looking to find a system that works for us, because working during the week and wanting to do other things, often there's not enough time to like unfold into big recipes and big projects of cooking. And I'm thinking maybe I should start doing like pre-prepared meals, you know, like spare Sunday afternoon for cooking and then putting it in the fridge and, you know, eating it throughout the week. If you have any ideas, if you have any advice on that, I would be very grateful. Okay, so it's the next morning, as you can see by my lovely hairdo. It is time to finally tackle the mess that is my apartment. I am showing it to you like this because I am really ashamed. Like I said yesterday, I wasn't here for like a week, and then when I came back, I had to dive into a lot of work. And by the way, before I left here a gigantic mess, and when I came back, and had to focus on work and some projects for some friends and some personal projects and some driver's license lessons. Yes, I don't have a driver's license yet, but I'm gonna get it soon. And then there's some general other life stuff like cooking and getting groceries and going to the gym. And at the end of all of that, I don't have the energy to, putting the apartment back together. I just want to rest a little bit and, read my books, basically. As a result, we are looking at a mess of cosmic proportions. Like there's stuff on the floor that has no place being on the floor. All of my books are everywhere. There's bags, there's backpacks, clothes. It's terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's absolutely terrible. So let's not waste time talking anymore and get into cleaning because this is gonna take a while. Okay, so cleaning was done and it took absolutely forever as I expected. I was so sweaty by the end that I needed to take another shower today, and I am already feeling hot again. If you hear a background noise, that's my fan. I am blasting it full speed today. I have made myself a nice cappuccino and I'm gonna do a little bit of reading. I think I'm gonna read The Return of the King right now because I am on a kick with that. Last night I read a little bit from it, like 2 chapters or something like that, and I'm loving this book more and more. I love it way more than the other 2 books so far, and I love the other 2. But I am still very pleasantly surprised by this book. It's gigantic, but I have reached like page 100 and something. They continued the original page count from the 1 book that was published, so it's kind of difficult to figure out. I have to do math and I don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna do that reading. Then when my boyfriend wakes up, we're gonna go to the gym. After that, I need to do some cooking, and then in the evening, I think I have to do some work for my actual work because I have a big presentation that I need to do on Monday, and because of other things that needed to be taken care of this week, I wasn't able to finish it throughout the business days. So I'm gonna do it today probably, and maybe even tomorrow. We'll see how long it's gonna take. But just to summarize, I am very happy with what I did today, with the cleaning that I've done. It's been like a week or 2 maximum that this place has been messy, but in my mind this is forever because I can't properly rest when my place is messy. I don't know if you have that. It's just torture to my mind. I constantly feel stressed. Anyway, it's not that way anymore. I'm gonna sit here, read a little bit, and maybe I'll go to the balcony later on. I'm not sure that's gonna be possible because it's legitimately a zillion degrees outside. Rating times. All right, gym time. Back from the gym, and we're about to cook lunch basically, and today we're gonna have an eclectic mix and a very aesthetic menu of whatever is about to expire. So let's review. So we're gonna have zucchini with chicken wings and sausage and tomatoes with mozzarella and homegrown basil. So let's pick a few pieces. I'm just gonna pick the tops because it allows them to then grow lower. Hello. Who's protesting here? What's the problem? Okay, so recently I started noticing these dating ads popping on my Library Unbounded Gmail account, and it's super weird because I have done absolutely nothing to provoke that kind of ads. And second of all, usually they show me people that are around my parents' age, and you know, this is a Gmail account where I have mentioned my actual age, so it's really funny to see all the time. Look at that. Eurodate. Date my age. All that. Like here, look at that. Does that look like my age? Come on, people. So good morning. It is Sunday at like 10 a.m. I went to bed really late last night. We watched the newest episode of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. It was a long episode, an hour and a half or something, and we had to continuously pause so we can comment on it. It was great, and I very much enjoyed it. Don't tell anyone. Today we're gonna do a little bit of iced coffee because again, it is so hot outside. I don't know how I'm gonna survive this summer. I absolutely detest summer months, not for anything else, but because I hate sweating and it's impossible not to when it's 40 degrees outside. I'm sweating sitting down. I'm doing nothing and I'm sweating. I can't sleep properly usually. And I know I live at the seaside, so it shouldn't be as bad. And you know, I should be enjoying going to the beach, but I'm not. And I don't think I'm gonna do that this weekend either, even though I wanted to and I was planning to. But my boyfriend is not big on going to the beach and I don't mind going by myself, but it's just, there's always something else to do, you know? And so yeah, I probably just gonna stay home and do the work that I have to do and read, obviously. Yesterday, I think I pushed myself really hard at the gym, and today everything hurts. And today is leg day, so it's gonna be even more terrible by the end of the day, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna go drink my iced coffee on the balcony and read a little bit. Where am I with my reading? Hold on. I am currently still reading The Return of the King. I made a huge progress through it. We are now following Frodo and Sam while they're very near Mount Doom. They just got out of the tower where they kept Frodo and started walking towards Mordor, and it's just amazing. And I think I'm gonna finish the book today. I hope, at least. I'm gonna dedicate most of my time to reading it. I was thinking that I'm gonna read the 9th Reign the most, but it turns out that The Return of the King has won my attention over somehow. So this is the plan for the day. I think I'm gonna try to finish it, and then I have to edit this vlog because I haven't edited a single video. Haven't edited? Is that a proper way to say? Whatever. So I haven't edited a single clip of this vlog. I need to stitch them together, remove the quiet spaces and such. On top of that, as I mentioned yesterday, I still have to work on my work project for tomorrow, the presentation. I have to gather a bunch of data and analyze it. It's gonna be fun times, I guess. Oh, and of course, it is leg day at the gym, so it's gonna be a great Sunday, right? Okay, so I didn't make it to the beach, but I made it to the gym, which is great. And now I'm gonna go back home and continue my work. I did some reading earlier, but mostly I did editing and some work for my actual job. So there was not much footage to film because, it's just me sitting on the computer. Now I'm gonna go home, cook something, and after that, I guess I'm gonna have to continue with my work for the project for tomorrow. But we'll see. Maybe I'll figure out something nice to do for the evening. It is 8 p.m. in the evening already, and the weekend is closing to its end. I am really sad about that because I had a lovely time. I am 20 pages away from the end of Return of the King, which phenomenal book. I also read some more from The Ninth Reign. Overall, I think I have around 300 pages, if not more, read this weekend, so great achievement. I had a lovely time. I rested nicely, although again, I think it could have been a little bit longer. Still, doesn't matter. I'm glad to go back to work tomorrow. It's nice to be needed and to have something to do, so I choose to be grateful for that. I'm also very grateful for you watching this video. It's really, really nice to see that people care and to have somebody to share with, and I'm always very happy to read your comments and to have a chat. It's such a special thing to have people from across the world that you've never met share interests with you and to have somebody to tell, you know? I also have quite a few of my friends watching these videos, and that's so special because I rarely get to see them too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you had a lovely weekend too, and I wish you a great week to come.